Hello and welcome to round 2 of the World WCMX Online Series. Now, round 1 showed us just how much talent, creativity and pure determination there is in the global WCMX community, and I think round 2 is going to knock that up a whole nother notch. My name's Tomas Woods, I'm 3-time WCMX World Champion, and while usually I am very honoured to be on the other side of this equation competing, today I am even more honoured to be back here once again as your head judge and host. I'm especially honoured because I'm joined by an amazing team of judges and, of course, a partner here in front of the camera. Now, his usual job title here at World WCMX is Competition Technical Director, but tonight he's stepping back into his other role. He's certainly a familiar face, and I think at this point, safe to say, a true pillar of the WCMX community. It's Victor Nelson. Victor, how are you doing? And, what do you think we can expect to see here in round 2?
Hey, Thomas, super happy to be back. And as you saw in round 1, we have a very high level of talent and a lot of new faces coming to the sport, which is very exciting to see. And I'm just really amped up to catch what everyone's got in store for round 2. As you know, this is a new kind of online series that we've been pushing, and it's really brought more and more competitors out of the woodwork. So in the effort to grow the sport, I think we really hit the nail on the head with round 1 and really keeping that momentum going for round 2 with the excitement.
Definitely. I couldn't agree more. We have competitors across 4 divisions today. So what do you say? Let's get started.
Get right to it.
All right, kicking it off for our only competitor in the non-competitive division, it's Luca van der Cliff all the way out of the Netherlands.
All right, super happy to see Luca back in for round 2. Nice submission from round 1 for our non-competitive division. We love seeing the new face, especially from new countries. We haven't had a ton of competitors coming out of the Netherlands. What do you think about this second round so far?
Well, already starting off big with that drop and then into that layback I think we just saw there. Keeping the speed through. Again, a lovely skate park. Great choice here for the submission.
Big shout out to the cameraman, keeping him in frame throughout the run. And yeah, that is quite a phenomenal park. Working around multiple features right there. Coming back down that bank-to-bank ramp. Coming into the foreground now, looking like he's wrapping this up with some flat ground work into the final moments of his run.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, we can see Luca, I believe he's got 2 years of riding experience. We see that coming through. Not seen too many entries from Luca before in other competitions, so it's great to see this opportunity now with the online competition. And coming into these stairs here, we see lots of balance and control.
Getting down that 3 block, no problem right there to round out his second online submission for the online WCMX series. I like this little pump section too.
Coming in a little fakey cab out.
The Flying Dutchman for real.
Certainly.
Getting a couple last minute maneuvers. Oh, gapping out of the park right there to end it off.
Finishing his run in the dirt, but luckily in a good way. And
There
what
you
a
go.
great submission and what a way to kick off the comp with an amazing non-competitive submission there.
Very excellent use of the park there, Luca. The judges love to see more than just standing in one section. Obviously, the flow is really important as much as the trick selection, so well done.
Definitely, and it's great to see non-competitive riders, although I think Luca would certainly have held up very well there with that run in the intermediate or pro division, so we'd love to see more from Luca in the future. But now, I think we are moving on to intermediate.
Let's get after it.
And kicking it off for our first intermediate, it's Levi Klusman out of Germany.
Already liking the start of this with a big drop in going straight into this bowl section. Nice little park there. I'm guessing Levi coming out of the programs there that have been successfully ran in Germany. Big shout out to David and the Sit and Skate crew. Really hyping up WCMX there in Germany, all across the world as well. Levi now kind of exiting out of the park and kind of taking a different approach here.
He's onto this money pad now and setting up for this rail. You can see the large sit and skate screw there in the background. And into a very well-controlled 50.
Locked in, holding on to it, keeping it moving, keep that momentum.
Definitely.
Sit and skate representing in full effect. T-shirts and branding around the park. We love to see that. Over this hump now, kind of coming back into the park, utilizing every corner of it.
You can see here, Levi's got really good flow through the skate park, so it's good to see. Coming into this hip here. Carving around.
Back across the hip, kicking it back around and taking one pass at this hip. Oh, a little hop and skip over that side. Coming down to this flow section down at the end with this bowl corner. Nice little kick turn back around.
Holding his speed really well, and that's not easy in these parks. And showing great control and flow all the way through.
Excellent work, Levi. Love to see the competition, contribution, and a new face in the WCMX arena.
Definitely. Kicking it off now in Central Texas, we've got Sofia Mendez.
Love to see a Texas representation here in the contest today, especially for the first of the women's out here competing in the WCMX Online Series. Got to give a quick shout out to Ability Skateboarding and Andrew for running their program out there and ensuring girls just like Sophia have the opportunity to participate in this sport.
Definitely. I'm so glad they have, because we've already seen here so much speed coming through, and they're into that ride-on grind. What a beautiful skate park this is as well.
Yeah, I think this is one of the newer parks down in San Antonio, if I'm not mistaken. As you can see, a lot of cool features, fresh new concrete, and Sophia making good use of every aspect of it.
Definitely. If I'm not mistaken, I can hear Andrew in the background, hyping her up, keeping this run moving.
Excellent work, coach.
Great talent from such a young ripper.
Love to see it, love to hear it. Keeping the sport alive and well all across the nation out here in the U.S. Andrew's been putting in a lot of work to keep these programs going and ensure those in need have access to the chairs, just like Sophia here. I believe she might have actually received one from their program. But regardless, it's amazing to see her out here competing, going right over this bank to bank, using a lot of force right there to get over it and keep her speed going.
It's great to see so much control, and from such a young and new, very talented rider.
Incredible work, Sophia. We love to see it. Keep it up.
All right, Andrew Rendon kicking it off. Now we're in Kenner, Louisiana, a park, if you watched round one, you'd be very familiar with.
We're really growing all across the nation out here in the U.S. right now, representing in Louisiana. Tony Torres running some great programs out there, as I mentioned in the last online series round. But Andrew here, a newcomer, I don't think he competed in the last round, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe he did, Victor. I think so. I think him and Tony submitted in the last round, I believe.
Well, either way, happy to see the contributions here in the contest today. Andrew making very good use of this park. As you can see, very more street-oriented. Most parks that you would see WCMX athletes competing in have a lot more flow, transition, etc. This one's showing more street elements, but Andrew making good use of it all and really showing some technical skills here as he maneuvers across the park.
Definitely. Both myself and yourself, Victor, have been out here to Kenner, Louisiana, and it's not the easiest park to make a WCMX line in, so it's great to see Andrew pushing through.
Great perseverance there, a lot of tenacity, making his way back around the park for a second lap, which is actually a real endurance challenge, if you ask me, and he's showing it with really no problems.
Definitely, and you can see just how hard it is to navigate this park. We've got the skateboarder readjusting a couple of times there, so it's great to see Andrew pushing through.
Nice work, Andrew. Keep pushing, keep representing in Louisiana, and big shout out to Tony for keeping these guys organized and submitting these contest runs. I know it can be a challenge sometimes getting the filmer and everything lined up, but Andrew really putting together a solid run there for round two.
Definitely, and unfortunately that is it for our intermediate run so far, but it's not the last we'll see of Kenner, Louisiana for tonight, I'm sure.
Absolutely. All right, kicking off our women's division, coming back out of Germany, we got Pauline back for round two. Super excited to see Pauline back in the mix.
Definitely. Pauline's one of those riders that feels like she's been around for sort of forever. She's always in the community, certainly over there in Germany, and it's great to see her competing once again. She competed in round one, and the park she chose there was quite a difficult part for a run, so it's great to see another park choice.
Yeah, absolutely. And she's shown a lot of control here in this one. Very excited to see that she's still pushing it and out there showing a lot of strength and endurance to get across the park. Pauline actually put in her notes that she's been utilizing her wheelchair since she was a kid in the skate parks and miraculously found her way back to the WCMX world to be competing at a high level.
Definitely, and that talent and creativity from all those years shows through. We can see there on that rainbow rail and over the volcano there.
Utilizing a lot of different features, getting creative with her line. This is the kind of stuff that judges want to see. For the women's division especially, we want to see the evolution of the sport just like we've seen in all other divisions. So excellent work there, Pauline, keeping the line going with a lot of trick selection and control.
Certainly, Pauline competed back in Switzerland back in July 2025 and did quite well. And I believe in round one coming second as well. So I'm sure Pauline will be very excited to see how this run gets scored.
Yeah, winding down with the one-handed stall right there. Nice little pentagram in the background. And that looks like that's going to be it. Well done, Pauline.
What a way to end the first run in the pro women's division. And I'm very happy to announce that for round two, we've brought back the statistics. So we can see there that Pauline had an average time between tricks of 9.5 seconds. So between each trick, there was about an average time of 9.5 seconds. And we can see that the longest time between tricks was 19 seconds. So that's pretty good stats, and I believe an improvement over round one. So that is exactly what we would like to see, and I'm sure we will see that noted in her score from the judges.
Excellent work. She really is showing how dedicated she is to WCMX there with that second run. All right, next up we got Ilaria coming out of Italy. Super excited to see her in this round, as she was registered for the first round, wasn't able to get a submission in. Thomas, what do you think about this park so far? It looks like she's back in Germany, actually.
Definitely, yeah. I think it looks like she's over there with the sit and skate crew, and it's a good place to be. This park looks pretty decent for a competition run. We can see that. We've got a bit of transition here at the top and a bit of transition features at the bottom, but we've got a bit of street here in the middle. It's certainly a good mix of features for a competition run.
Choice selection of elements for sure. I would be a fan of this park myself if I had the ability to be there. And Ilaria making good use of it, getting a little boost up to the top of the platform, not executing any tricks off of that, just getting to the top access of the ramp and getting set up for this drop in now over on the far side. Pretty decently sized, probably about a 4 to 5 foot drop in there. Showing a lot of control and getting back on top of this pyramid ramp, keeping her speed.
And then down into the ride on 50, using the park really well. And it's great to see more riders as well that have that ability with their classification card to be able to make use of it. Both Pauline and Ilaria so far have.
Excellent to see, and thank you for everyone for doing the self-classifications for the World WCMX competitions. Really helps push the sport forward, and as you can see, help keep things a little bit more organized and structured as we do judging and develop scoring throughout the world. And Ilaria being no stranger to that, as she's competed in several WCMX contests over the years. I'm always happy to see her back in the mix.
Definitely, and ending the run there with that rock fakie into that cab out there. Very, very good to see. One of those tricks you don't see all that often, but a trick you love to see nevertheless. And of course, we have statistics for Ilaria. Her average time between tricks was 6.5 seconds, and her longest time between tricks was 24 seconds. So that longest time is a little longer than it was in Pauline's run, but I think she was still able to use her time very well.
Definitely some challenging maneuvers there.
All right, and kicking the final run off for Pro Women's with the French native, I believe now living out in Germany.
Yeah, Cecile coming back in the mix for round two after taking a first place finish in round one. And at a new park now, it looks like a cool little street style plaza park. Maybe got a bowl there. A lot of cool different elements. Oh, it's the same park.
It is, yeah. And great to see a different area being used here over the two elements of the park we've seen used across previous runs. So that's great to see. Obviously, that control there on the stairs is something judges will love to see. And obviously, Cecile's got that first place to defend, so I'm sure she will try very hard. And especially there with that 50 onto the ride-on.
Yeah. A lot of speed, a lot of creativity, utilizing a different starting spot for this facility. Obviously, I didn't even recognize it at first. So really cool to see different angles and aspects of how this park can be used for WCMX. And Cecile really pushing this forward to hold down her first place.
Definitely. Judges love to see a bit of style, a bit of steez added into runs, and this is definitely what we're seeing so far from Cecile.
Working out this bowl corner section on the top side and carving out this little bowl right there. Looking good. Second run for this series. Not a bad submission there, Cecile. We love to see it.
Not bad at all. Ending here in the wheelie, spinning the fork around.
There you go. A lot of control. Definitely what judges are looking for there.
100%. And that is the final rider there for the women's division. And of course, the final stats for the women's division. So we saw Cecile come in with an average time between tricks of 7.5 seconds. And the longest time between tricks at 23 seconds. So that longest time, again, creeping up there. But nevertheless, the run filled very well.
All well-rounded submissions right there for the women's division. Very excited to see what's in store for round 3, but even more excited for what's coming up next. Where are we at, Tom?
Next up, we are going into the pro men's division with, I believe, an American to start it off. We have Mo O'Neill.
All right, a new face here for the second round. Let's see what Mo's got in store for us. All right, we got another American coming out of Vermont. Big shout out to Mo O'Neill getting their submission in for this round 2 series. And yeah, looking like a good start here. Cool little skate light park out there in Vermont.
I believe Mo is another rider that started off their WCMX journey at one of Andrew's events, if I recall correctly. About 2 years under the belt now, so it's good to see so much ripping coming into that transfer there, keeping the creativity in this park. It's not an easy park to flow, so it's good to see so much use of it.
Finding ways to get turned around and keep that speed going, grinding down the hip right there, dropping back off. Really cool use of the park, showing a lot of different creative ways to execute in this run.
Definitely, and the judges will love to see the amount of park usage hitting every feature. That spine there, the little stall on top was really nice to see.
Yeah, not a bad flow so far. Grinding the side of the wheel right there. I like that. Hitting both transition and street elements in the park.
Coming back in now to spine.
Getting a lot
with a blunt to end the line. That is what the judges will love to see.
Excellent work there, Mo.
Our first statistics for the men's league. It's Mo's first World WCMX competition, so very interesting to see. We can see that O'Neill came in with 5.1 seconds on the average time between tricks and 8 seconds on the longest time between tricks, so keeping those numbers really low, and that will make a big difference when it comes to the judging.
Incredible work.
All right, kicking our second entry off here for the pro men. Out of France, we have Alex Verdu. Now, his round 1 submission got him a second place, so very excited to see what he can follow it up with here. Jumping down the stairs, not quite cleared, but definitely very controlled. A fakey cam out.
Decent sized gap. Definitely a great start right there for the French native. Alex actually had reached out to me recently about an upcoming event they're doing in October, so you guys be sure to check in with him on that. It's a 10-year anniversary of Praticable, the nonprofit there in France, pushing WCMX and adaptive sports. And Alex being a product of that, you can see the skills really developed. And getting a nice little wheel grind right there, coming across this ledge. Cool little layback kick turn coming off that bank.
Definitely. It's great to see so much creativity and skill. I believe this is his third competition now, his first being Switzerland back in 2025.
Yeah, Alex rode very well in Switzerland, and excellent finish for the round 1 of the series here. And very happy with this second submission here for the online series. This kid's going places with WCMX, no doubt.
Definitely. And his result here should hopefully keep him in the top for the series points going through into the final.
Legendary submission there. Excellent finish here for his second submission. Thumbs up. Love to see it.
Definitely a great run there from the very talented and young rider. Now, his statistics coming in, his average time between tricks was 6.8 seconds, and his longest time between tricks just at 12. Definitely what we love to see, and I'm sure we'll see more from him across the series.
Well done.
And kicking it off out of Germany, it's David Labuza, a true veteran of the sport. And unfortunately, while I'm sure the judges can't add it in, it is great to see the juggling. And then straight into the rainbow rail. What a way to start off his run.
Wow. A lot of creativity, needless to say. David, great competitor, someone I consider a good friend as well. happy to see him competing, and he's actually getting ready to become a dad. So big shout out to him, keeping the sport alive and well in Germany while also juggling the challenges of parenting.
Definitely. Big congratulations to him and Lisa.
Absolutely. And David showing that he's no novice here in the park, hitting both rainbow rails and carving out that bowl corner, showing great use of the park, a lot of technical skill, maintaining speed, just really everything you'd want to see in a solid run here.
Definitely. His third rainbow rail coming through there and then into that tight one wheel. Lots of control needed there. Into a 50. Oh, and just getting caught up.
Off the slappy grind. Love the natural submission there. He's showing the spill in a contest run. That's pretty cool if you ask me.
Definitely. And in his run, full of smiles. And his statistics there. With his run being a little bit shorter, I'm sure that might have affected the statistics slightly, but his average time between tricks is 5.5 seconds, and his longest time between tricks is 13. Definitely a great submission. Glad to see, unfortunately, we didn't see a submission from David for round 1, so glad to see it for round 2. And who knows, maybe for round 3, we might even see him and his newborn child.
We'll be praying for you. If anything, we'll be happy to see you with the newborn baby in your arms, David. Much love.
All right, kicking it off, the French native, Salim McLean. And coming in there with a steezy trick. I'm not sure exactly what that would be called. I guess a one-wheel 3 to hand plant drop. But if we can't name it, then the judges will love to see it.
I'm sure the judges got their work cut out for him back there. But either way, excellent submission right here. Become a big fan of Salim. Following him on Instagram, seeing the progression has been really cool to see.
Definitely. And got a note here, the follow cam, following him around the busy skate park. Lots of scooter kids in there.
Making it happen by any means here for round 2.
Yeah, I'm sure it probably took him a couple attempts to not get snaked. So great to see the determination here.
Well, he's really out there doing the best, giving it his all, and representing the Netherlands well, if you ask me.
100%. Following it up here. What a lovely skate park as well, I believe, out in Eindhoven.
Really doing things differently out there in Europe with the skate parks.
I believe Salim's got 4 years of experience under his belt, and you can definitely see it there. Lots of style, lots of creativity, lots of steez, certainly with that first trick. I believe that is a world's first, in which case that will definitely impact the judges' results. Now, his statistics are coming in with 8.5 seconds average time between tricks and 15 seconds with his longest time between tricks. Definitely a great run there from Salim.
Excellent. All right, getting right into it. Defending his first place spot from round 1, we got Emilio coming out of Switzerland.
Definitely. What a talented rider. And great to see, I mean, kicking it off with a massive drop there. Coming in for what looks like another. Cruising around, a lot of flow.
Little drop right there coming off that ledge to bank. Starting off his run with a lot of speed and control, trick variety, utilizing different aspects of the park here. Nice little park.
And a lovely little combo there, going in for that fakey combo over to the kick turn and then gap to rail.
Very happy to see Emilio competing in round 2. He actually had reached out mentioning that he might not be able to submit run, so very happy to see that he's holding things down out there and defending his first place spot here in the series.
And it looks like he's coming in for something big here, coming in for a hand plant and rolling it away.
Nice. Excellent work there, Emilio. Big shout out to the Swiss team as well.
I know they just had a big training camp over there, so I'm sure he's had a lot of practice coming into this. We got a nice high carve there.
Excellent second submission here. I think really in contention for a podium here in this series. Based on these runs, this is looking really good.
Definitely. He knows he's got to defend that first, and I think he's got a good chance he might. Coming in there, one wheel drop in, into the rock fakie.
Excellent.
That's what we like to see.
Wow, putting it together out there for round 2. Love to see it. Well done.
Definitely. Emilio, a true professional of the sport. It's great to see him competing once again. And his statistics can show very clearly the creativity, the talent, and the speed From that run, his average time between tricks was 9.8 seconds, and his longest time between tricks was 17.
Well done.
All right, kicking it off out of Switzerland. I believe maybe his first competition here, Jimmy Strub, back in Boole, a park the WCMX community knows very well.
Yeah, I love this little park out there. We were able to host the World Championship back in September of last year, and really great to see the sport alive and well in that space, as well as the community itself using it. Unfortunately for Jimmy, but hopefully it wasn't too complicated for him to film this run here for round 2.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And it's a great park coming down the China Bank there. We've got that whole rhythm section on the left side. Jimmy staying here in the street side. Looks like he's maybe heading over to the rails.
Great little set, cool little features. There's this rainbow rail. Looking like he's coming up at that. Bank to bank.
Sliding past the rail there. He's setting up for something big, it looks.
Coming at this bowl corner over on the backside of the park. Keeping the scooter kids patiently waiting. Nice little layback hand plant right there, Jimmy.
Looks like he's cooked up quite the crowd. And I can see why. Coming in here for a fakie.
Holding it, keeping it controlled, rolling backwards and whipping it back around. Excellent, excellent performance out there, Jimmy.
Ooh, the layback to fakie. A trick you don't see very often, but a trick you always love to see.
Really had that thing inverted. Well done.
Definitely. Now, Jimmy's statistics coming in. We have an average time between tricks of 10.3 seconds and the longest time between tricks at 19. So very comparable there to his Swiss brother. And great to see, certainly from such a young rider.
Cool. Next up, the man, the myth, the legend, representing Louisiana and abroad. This is your president of World WCMX, Tony Torres, out here representing to the fullest.
Definitely. And we're back here again in Kenner, Louisiana. We've already seen it tonight. We saw it, of course, back in round 1. It's great to see Tony ripping it.
A veteran in the sport, going 12 years and counting, and he's really been doing so much work behind the scenes to increase the visibility of WCMX, not just in Louisiana, but all around the country and the world, doing some incredible work. So big props to Tony, not just competing at a high level, but also helping promote the sport at a high level.
Definitely. Tony's always pushing, and not just in WCMX, he's also in the wheelchair football world. I believe he plays for the New Orleans Rolling Saints.
Yep, and he's really just doing everything he can to keep things moving. I know he's been battling some health challenges as well, but very happy to see he got this submission in and remaining in the competition for the World WCMX Online Series.
Great to see here, pushing through.
Excellent use of that park down in Kenner. Getting a 360 up there on the bank to bank and back into this hip corner. Winding down the past few seconds of his run. Holding it down. Little one wheel back. That's what I call layback right there.
Yeah, definitely. I feel him there. I think I've definitely had to finish a couple of runs like that over the years. Great to see another fantastic run from Tony. He knows what to do. He's been there and he's done that before. And you can see that as well in his statistics. He's got an average time between tricks of 7.7 seconds and a longest time between tricks of 13 seconds. And what a great penultimate run there for round 2.
Well done, Tony. Much love.
All right, kicking it off for our final run. British native, Griffith Given. Last run for round 1 was in London. Now we're at Pitt Street Skate Park down at Portsmouth. Great to see here.
Yeah, amazing to see Griffin back in the mix for round 2. And Thomas, we were just talking a little bit about this park here. Really interesting setup. I love to see just such a unique park there. You said this was an old grocery store?
Yeah, so this was a Sainsbury's back in the day in the centre of Portsmouth. So it's a tough park for a run like this. The floor's quite slippy and all of the features are sort of just around the show. So it's great to see a run being put down and a run being put down so well. Seeing control there on those stairs and control on that roller before.
Looking good out there.
With only 3 years of experience under Griffin's belt, it's great to see so much control in this run.
Balancing WCMX and school. This is very cool to see. Not just a unique park, but a diverse competitor out here representing in WCMX.
Definitely. And coming in here, it looks like coming into a flat bar. Oh, just holding it there and then into the kicker.
Oh, back to back right there. A lot of control.
And what a way to end off a run, and what a way to end off all the runs for tonight, I believe. That is the final rider. Now, Griffin came in with an average time of 7.6 seconds between tricks and a longest time between tricks of 17 seconds. Now, Griffin came in third in round one, so I'm sure we'll all be very interested to see where he can come in for round two. And we will have the scores with you very soon.
A lot of energy, a lot of high level of competition there. Very excited to see how things shake down with the final placings.
Definitely. We'll get back to you after a short break. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the riding so far this evening. Now, before we can get to the scores and revealing them for all of the runs, I thought for this interlude, it would be interesting to hear directly from one of our competitors and get a rider's perspective on the series. A few days ago, I had the opportunity to do exactly that when I sat down and spoke with British WCMX rider Griffin Given. This is, of course, the same Griffin Given who we've just seen there perform the final run of the evening. Now, for a bit of context and background about Griffin, after just 3 years riding in the sport, Griffin secured his first podium in third place of the first round of this very series. Now, away from riding, Griffin is a student and plays wheelchair rugby. He also happens to be a big part of a collective down in London helping to make skating more accessible. I spoke to Griffin all about his journey into WCMX, that round one result, and his experience competing in this year's series so far. So, Griffin, going back to round one, what were your thoughts and expectations heading into the competition?
I was really nervous getting in, and I've looked up to so many of the people competing in these competitions for so long. They've been people I've been watching whilst developing my own skating. So the concept of competing against everyone was a bit nerve-wracking.
And you didn't just skate alongside, obviously you got podium on your first proper competition.
Yeah.
Did that sort of change your expectation and thoughts going through the series?
Yeah. I was talking to people around me before the competition, and they were all saying like, "Oh, where do you think you're going to place?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, so like sort of 7th, 8th, odd, something like that." And then, I remember quite vividly going, like, watching the scores go up and thinking that my name had been forgotten, but then it just turns out it was quite high up. But all my runs I've ever done have been at Base 66, but wanted to try a different park with some more variety and try do some stuff that sort of helped me stick out a little bit more.
Definitely. And Bay 66 and Pitt Street, they are very different skate parks. I've ridden at them both personally.
Yeah.
What sort of led you to the decision to choose Pitt Street for your second run over, say, Bay 66 again?
Yeah, I mean, part of it has just been availability of I've moved to down south recently, so Pitt Street's closer. But also, just wanting to try different things. I think again, Bay 66 is where I've done pretty much all my skating. From my first ever time doing WCMX to the last round of the competition. So yeah, again, wanting to have a bit more variety.
Fantastic. Now, this is a pre-recorded interview, but the ladies and gentlemen at home have just seen your line from Pitt Street. It was really, really good. A definite improvement over round one. So what do you think you maybe learned and were able to implement from your line at Bay 66 into this?
The speed was the main thing, because obviously with the way Pitt Street built, there's not many areas to get that speed going up to things like the rail and stuff like that. So being able to maintain speed has been something that's been I've been learning a lot.
Amazing. All right, last question for you
Yeah.
then. We know after tonight, the final round will be very quickly approaching on the horizon.
Yeah.
What do you think we at home, the audience, can expect from you? And where would you like WCMX to sort of take you in your hopefully very long future in the sport?
Yeah. Definitely going to be trying some new stuff. Trying some things that I've been a bit too scared to do more of, things like rails and bit more technically complex stuff that I've not hugely had the confidence in myself to do, but this competition has given me a really big boost in my skills as a skater. So hoping to take that into the next round. I want to be in WCMX for as long as my body will allow, and getting to climb ranks in competition would be incredible. I'm sure I'm not the only one that hopes that the dream one day is getting it Paralympic level, and would be maybe getting there. I don't know if that's something the sport gets to do. That would be the goal. But I'm hugely privileged to be competing at this level. I'm really enjoying it, and yeah, want to keep that going. Want to see in-person international competitions as well as the online ones. The online competitions have been amazing. I wouldn't have been able to compete this year had it not been online. But getting to travel the world with the sport, meet people from around the world that I'm competing against now, get to skate in the same parks, and trade skills would be amazing. The community around WCMX is the most amazing part of it as a sport. So yeah, getting to be more involved in that would be amazing.
100%. Well, if we do ever get to Paralympic level, I'd love to compete with you on Team GB sometime.
That would be amazing. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. Hopefully, in just a few short minutes, we will have your scores live here on the broadcast. So I look forward to seeing what you get, and good luck.
Brilliant. Thank you so much.
Cool. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I won't keep you waiting much longer. Here in front of me, I have the final rankings for round 2 of the World WCMX Online Series. Now, I have to say, as a judge, it was so incredibly hard coming to these placements and points. The riding was so amazing. Everything was top notch. Every year and every comp, it just seems to get better and better. The level of riding, the consistency was just amazing. Comps like these are truly made by the riders, so it's truly a testament to our sport and our community that everybody came out and put down such great runs like this. Now, without further ado, I am going to hop straight into intermediate, but first, I want to give a big thank you to our non-competitive shredder, Luca van der Cliff, showing up and putting down a great run out of the Netherlands. Now, coming into intermediate with third place, a new face, it's Sofia Mendez. This was her first jump into the sport, first jump into the world, and what a jump it was. A great line to start with, and I'm certainly sure there's more to come. Coming in at second place, out of Kenner, Louisiana, is Andrew Rendon. Another absolute shredder. I am sure there is more to come from. We've already seen him build so far on what he's done from round 1, so it's absolutely fantastic to see. And that brings us into first place for the intermediate division. It's, of course, Levi Klusman out of Germany and the Sit and Skate crew. Coming in with 67 points, an amazing line. I believe this is Levi's first competition, so it's absolutely amazing to see. And I'm sure there will be more across this series and across his WCMX career.
Incredible work from our non-competitive competitor and our intermediate. It's amazing to see level of talent coming in from step 1 all the way to the highest level here in this online series today. And getting right into it, we have our pro women's finalist here with our scores. Rounding out the third place spot, it's going to be going to Cecile Lacombe. and submitting an excellent run there for the second round, taking that third place spot, followed by Pauline Bent taking the second place spot. And Ilaria coming out of Italy with a 76.33 didn't get a submission in for their first round, but incredible to see her getting a first place finish here in round 2.
And that just leaves my division, Pro Men, for the last. Now, Pro Men, incredible amount of talent showcased, certainly in the first round, but certainly built on tonight in round 2. An incredible showcase of talent. Some riders we didn't see in round 1, but a lot of familiar faces. And nobody probably got a more familiar face than Mr. Number 8, a true veteran of the sport, Tony Torres. Just above him in the 7th spot, I believe, his first submission here in the online series, Celine McLean. Above him, the Swiss native Jimmy Strub in 6th. Above him, the French native Alex Verdu in 5th. And just above him, a fellow British native, Griffith Given. And that leaves it straight to the podium.
Wow, a lot of energy out there across the board for the Pro Men's division, and the top 3 was nothing to take a shot at, with David Labuzer taking 3rd place with a 70.67. Who would have guessed it? What an incredible submission by David. And coming in 2nd place, Emilio getting bumped out with a 79.67, with Mo O'Neill finishing in 1st at an 83.00. What an incredible contest out here today for round 2. Very excited for the finals.
Definitely. And from a rider's perspective, you can tell just how close those runs were. And I think it's reflected there in the scores. We can see Alex Verdu and Griffith Given merely, decimal points away from each other. And the same at the top, Mo O'Neill and Emilio Paragazzi, inch and inch from each other. An incredibly, incredibly tight leaderboard, and especially an incredibly tight podium.
Certainly not an easy job for the judges out there, but big thanks to our judges for putting in the work, taking the time, and ultimately giving us some great scores here for round 2.
Definitely. And unfortunately, that is it for round 2. But don't fret, round 3 will be back before you know it. And luckily, we have some announcements to make for it.
Some exciting new updates for the round 3 and series finals of this online contest. Not only is there going to be the WCMX divisions that you know and love, but we are also adding in the adaptive skateboarding division for this final round.
Yeah, so we're excited to see it. So if you're an adaptive skateboarder, keep an eye on the Instagram. There will be a registration open soon. We want to see as many people take part. And the same goes if you're a WCMX rider but haven't yet decided to hit the button and compete. You can head over to worldwcmx.org right now and get registered for round 3, the final round. There are still points on the table, and there are still series points on the table as well. More information about the series points and the table so far will be released shortly on Instagram. But we also have an announcement to make for WCMX. We decided for the final round, why not? Let's kick up the ante just a little bit. So for all the WCMX riders, along with your run, you will also be able to submit a best trick for the 3rd and final round. There'll be more information about exactly how that'll work and the logistics of it on an email very shortly. So please keep an eye out. And if you're a spectator, please keep an eye out. You can keep an eye on all official World WCMX channels, especially on Instagram.
A lot of excitement going into these finals, and we thank you all for tuning in and supporting World WCMX. Y'all take care, and we'll see you soon.
Good night.